post more content type of advice, and plenty more is getting much harder to do, let alone pay attention to, and why you should be building a high ticket affiliate marketing ecosystem, something with the potential of 2,448 plus per person per user factored into it, recurring income, residual income, digital products at 80% commissions, also with one-time low ticket and mid-ticket products people can access. So layering low ticket, mid-ticket, high ticket, and a residual income component with multiple products that are residual passive income products is the way to go. But ultimately, you should be paying most attention to this one thing that many beginning and even non-beginning affiliates mess up is being in the wrong affiliate business model. It's one thing to get into business, being in business. It's another thing understanding business models in general, not just in the affiliate space. Business models, understanding what is my layer one, my layer two, three, four, five. How should I layer my base? What should be my foundation? What should I start with? What is my order of operations? What will people see first? How do they come in contact with me? How do I solve their problem? Let alone what is their problem? And there's so much I'm going to be covering in this video. And before I get into it all, my name is Michael with Viral Home Based Pursuits. I've been an affiliate for now over 13 plus years. I've been doing this at a high level. I've also been in the funding finance niche, in the health affiliate marketing space, digital marketing agency, lead generation space too. At any point, if anyone has something they would like to ask, please voice it in the comments or after the video, and I'll be sure to help you out. And so, having been in this long and seeing different industries nowadays, I have my affiliate businesses running for me on the back end. I come back to them from time to time. I'm also in the finance space, like I said, helping people get funding at a high expert level. You can do a lot in 13 plus years. And it wasn't easy for me in the beginning. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Hi, Barb. You've been here for 60 plus years. I appreciate you. Thank you. And that's something to be very appreciative of and grateful. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining me. We won't be so long. I do have points I want to cover as main talking points and go through those slowly but surely. We'll pump the brakes on so we can listen closely and understand what's going on in the affiliate marketing space so you guys can be better prepared. Sorry, I'm not a talker. Those of you who have seen, know me, or and don't know me, I'm very introverted. I'm very analytical, cerebral. I don't like being on video. I do not. Please don't look at me like every other person who makes a video and like, who do I believe in? Who do I trust? There's so much mistrust in the affiliate space, and that's a talking point that I'm going to get into, but we're going to focus a lot on the high ticket value and ecosystem side of things, which is what I've been doing for a while now. I've been on all models. I've been doing them all. And for those who just joined, welcome in. Any questions, any comments you guys want to leave me, I do read them and I'll read them after. Uh, so having seen this, having helped people with finance, funding, I review by fixing, growing, expanding, scaling their businesses. I participate in private equity, private debt, private credit. I've participated in billion-dollar valuation projects. I'm working on some large ones right now with billions, one over 100, 150 million plus in equity, preferred. Have preferred stock, preferred equity projects. I've been in the capital markets. I know where liquidity is going, where it's circulating, where it could be entering, how much is available, what are the markets looking like, and what are they speaking to, and what should we be most prepared for. Beyond that, everyone, is being a business architect. So take away the affiliate side. And my role is a business architect, meaning I'll learn and know, which I have done for a while and continue to do more of. If it continues with education, create, structure, form, design businesses from the bottom up, top down. Like I said, fix, grow, expand, scale them. I review financials, bank statements, tax returns, credit reports. I spend nowadays about 4 to 5 hours in my morning. I'm not joking, you guys. I don't talk. I'm very silent. I am in my head all day, looking at numbers, bank statements, my own data, measuring the data from my own companies. I have multiple. And I look at that of others and I help them build their business and operations. So, what you're getting out of me is not just your affiliate partner. You're getting someone who is not like everybody else in this channel or makes a video. And there are a lot of broken models. So, all that said, very CFO, underwriting minded, chemical engineering student. That was what I did back then. Went into business, got my degree, worked many fields in the real world. I love to read. I have books right here. Probably see the edge of it. Here are a few. Anybody else like to read? Personal development, business books mostly is what I do nowadays for many years. I love to fish. I love listening to rock music, all types of genres. I am an extreme family man, like I'm sure many of you are in here today, and you want to be taken care of. So I'm treating you guys the same, and you guys are my family. Sincerely, I want what's best for you guys, and I'm sick and tired of what I see in the affiliate space. And you have to be careful because aesthetics does not win. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that again. And that's one misconception and one thing that's misaligned is aesthetics and those attributes you guys see on the outside do not win. So you have to pay closer attention to who has the mind, who has the cerebral capacity to think in ways that are different, that are going to align you correctly and think further ahead for you when you're going through the affiliate marketing landscape. So I made a document, I have it around here that I'm going to be looking at. I have some notes to my side right here on my notebook. And what I wanted to start with is where we are now and people thinking that affiliate marketing has come and gone. Before I get into some of those details, I did want to say, because I didn't mention and I don't, it just came to mind. Down below in the description, if not now, later, it should be there, or in the comments if there's a pinned post to get more information, to join my free Facebook group, my Mastermind Affiliate Marketing Mastermind. I have a financial literacy group, I have others, and then on school. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I'm going to show you guys how to build an ecosystem the correct way. And so by being in my Facebook group, you guys will get a lot of value and understanding and what to do correctly. And if you would like it, just let me know and leave me a comment if you don't see it. So, affiliate marketing has not come and gone. It's not, I don't like saying that the word starts with the letter D. I don't like using that word. Some people just throw the word out there. You guys know which word I'm talking about? The four-letter word that starts with the letter D. You don't have to say it in the comments, just think it in your head. Because I know my personality, I know my character. So I'm not going to bend over and do something for someone because they believe that's what should be said and that's the word that I should be using. Okay, so a lot of what's happened in the past, we got to look at the development of affiliate marketing, understand the history so you know where you're going. Not to give you, here we were back when the dinosaurs over 60 million years, and when we first saw the comet come in and it disrupted it, now we found pieces of this down at the bottom of the. Now we're not going to get into that. So I will just say what we've seen to what we where we are now with AI. There are other fields out there like blockchain technology, crypto, which I'm in those too. Uh, we're doing things right now in the crypto, blockchain, AI space. So I'm not going to say too much there, but we got some great projects that I've been helping put together and with a partner, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that and the opportunity to be able to. Another project that I have is to help people with affordability. So I have a company, a C corporation company, and this is to help people with affordable plans, health plans, and as we evolve. So it's something that I'm waiting on updates. There's always a lot of things going on in the economy. So I'm trying to help you guys. in ways you couldn't even wrap your own head around, that I would not have been able to wrap my own head around. I wouldn't say many, but yeah, years ago, and what I'm doing now. So affiliate marketing is disrupted. The whole post a link on your social media profile. Let's put it on Instagram. Let's put it on Facebook. Hey, we found the community section on on YouTube, and now we can put the link in there and see if somebody clicked on it, or we can try to test that. Maybe we can iterate that. We can split test this image to see how this would appear and how it would work. Ah, well, nobody's clicking on my link. Why is that? If you hadn't thought of it, or you just need some more deeper insights, is because you really haven't identified with who you're solving problems for. What are their pain points? What are their problems? What keeps them up at night? What keeps you asking the same, if not another question? What keeps you circling around over and over? Weeks pass, months pass, you're in the same position you were, or thinking you're making some further up movement and momentum, but then it just stalls. You lose out on confidence, you lose out on your motivation, you lose out on your belief because your belief is your action. It's not the input. Your beliefs are a result, they are an output. So, those of you thinking, well, I can't see it through, I don't know if it'll work for me, you just haven't done it or haven't done it right. So, when you follow it like a 30-day roadmap and plan, which is what I give you guys will understand what to do day by day, what you should be doing week by week. So there is no excuse. There is no question asked. If there are questions asked and there are excuses, that's because you didn't want to do it. That's because you weren't being consistent. It wasn't because I wasn't. And I'm there to support you guys. I'm there to help you guys. So affiliate marketing has not come and gone. Again, the four-letter word that starts with the letter D that I didn't say because of my personality and character, and I'm not just throwing words out there like you hear everywhere, just so it satisfies what people want to hear in their ears. So it's just laziness. The post a link has really never worked, and it started to get a little traction here and there as the algorithms in social media, perhaps on here, would favor you. So when you would post a link, it would give you traction and it was trending. So don't think that's a strategy. Posting your link is not a strategy. And that's what I want you to guys get your head around is it's not about posting links. It's not about getting another funnel page set up for your next product, your next value posted content you're going to put up so you can promote it. It's not about the next email automation software that'll help you segment your buyers list from those who haven't, your freebie seekers who will never buy a product from you ever again or again at all, or haven't, excuse me, ever again and again. Hey, and haven't trying to make sense of it. It's not about posting more. It's not about you showing up to post more content. It's not about you saying, well, I got to make 30 more pieces on Facebook. No, it's just thinking about trust, education, creating a conversation that's already going on in somebody's mind, in their head. And so you meeting them there is what's going to win. It's you meeting the person where they are right now and speaking to where they are right now in a simple tonality conversation. And that doesn't mean you being on the phone with someone. That doesn't mean you have to be on the Zoom call. Doesn't mean you have to do a Google Meet. It doesn't have to mean you have to do one of these collaborative calls that I've had done with investors, and from time to time that's something because it's so important because we're raising 150 million, 100 million, 50 million, 30 million, 10 million in equity and debt, a combination of it. Which one's better? How do we split up the weighted average cost of capital to get this project completed? Who's the better investor? What's the offer side from the investor versus the owner side? I work both sides. And so it just depends on what you're doing and what's important to do. So I wanted to make sure you guys understood that as one thing. And affiliate marketing is not going, it's just the way you're doing it. And it's also a lot to do with uh, your system. So how you participate is how you show up because of your system. And when you don't have a system of governance that'll show you that this is what I have to be doing day to day, this is where people are going to go, they're going to see this, I'm going to do a simple communication channel. And that simple communication channel for you guys can be using Facebook. So when you get on Facebook, for example, without needing a funnel, without needing a website, without needing email automation and Canva and or whatever else it is, You can simply start a conversation on Facebook by posting, and I can show you guys what to post. It doesn't have to be only on that platform, it can be on other platforms without having to run ads or the non-meta, but only on Instagram targeting ads, running a traffic in an engagement campaign so you can get more likes and followers. That's not always the key and the point, and it doesn't work that well in always all industries. So what you would be doing, for example, I'm going to give you guys a little bit here, is we show up. And we show up first for ourselves. Before we do any posting, before we do any reach out, before anybody does any inbound, before any of that happens, we have to reach inside of ourselves. We got to make that change, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time on personal development in this video. That's for another time. But when we post, we get eyeballs. When we get eyeballs, we have a chance of getting engagement. So when somebody just likes, loves, cares the post, that's hey, that's great. Now, if somebody who comments, how do we get comments? How do we get engagement? Well, that's what I show you guys, and I can help you guys with. And you guys get plugged into what I'm plugged in with, and you guys are able to. That's how I'm able to promote high ticket offers. That's how I'm able to grow a Facebook group and or school group, which you guys will learn and know. And growing a community is huge. So doing that is massive, and understanding the posting strategy, understanding the content strategy. You don't have to be this mecca marketer or think you have to be or grow to that. And if you have an audience, great. If you don't, great. I just communicated with someone the other day that I got to meet, and they're in a business and they're nearing retirement. So think, if you are nearing retirement or in retirement, this is only one niche. I'm going to give you guys an example here. And so they're nearing retirement. They have people they can access that could use financial literacy. Oh, that they can use better cash flow. They can grow in personal development. That they can learn about investment strategies and what they should and should not do. Debt elimination strategies, fix and flips, passive power profits with mobile homes. And these are all the things that you guys will get access to as an affiliate for a high ticket product in an ecosystem of low, mid, high ticket, and residual income. 2,448 plus per person per year. That's per person, by the way. That's not just a total year, and all accepted in cash flow. So when you have that example, you have someone who is nearing retirement, they're in retirement, post retirement, whatever that means, if they come out of retirement or during retirement, it's just been some time. And you have someone that can say, "Hey, what is that thing you're learning? How is it that you're doing so well in retirement? How is it that you're removing all your debt, your home mortgage? How is that looking like? Why does it look better? Man, I'm near retirement, but I need to learn how to make money, how to keep money. I work hard, but it doesn't look like I make enough, or I just don't know where the money goes. I make decent money. I still don't know where it goes. I'm having trouble. Where? I can't hold on to it fast enough before it goes out, my inflows and outflows. Those are the things you guys got to be thinking about. And so, in that context, I wanted to give you guys is build trust, educate. By educating, you start a conversation or it creates a conversation. So, if you educated somebody on the post, a value post, or it could be a let me know this, and then they commented in the post, or it could be you doing a video, it could be you doing a reel, it could be something different. And by that, oh, engaging. Now I'm going to message them on Messenger. Guess what? Now you have a DM, a direct messenger script that I give you guys that works. It's proven to work. So by using this DM script, you just plug in what you need to plug in. You put your link in there. You have an offer document. You're having a simple conversation. Here's my offer document that you guys get for the high ticket product as well as other products in the ecosystem of the cash flow ecosystem. That's what it's called. And the offer document for you guys is what's doing the heavy lifting. That's how you do this. Without needing funnels, without needing websites, without needing your email marketing software. Great. I've done all that. Built a huge list. Works. But all you need is simple communication that turns into sharing an offer document that turns into a conversion. Okay. And you're solving the problem how for the individual? Ah, you're identifying what their problem, their pain points are, even before you had a conversation. And when you communicate with them, you're likely identifying it a little bit more, understanding what their needs are. Send them the offer document that breaks it down even more. and it goes into a backstory, which you guys will learn about and how to put that in to an offer document. So all meanwhile, they're reviewing, they're looking at the offer document. Ah, okay. There's a link in that offer document that goes over to, it can go directly to the high ticket product, VSL, video sales letter page. Two, it can go to what's called a bridge page. This bridge page, people click on, they get to learn. There's a video I made. You guys can use it in the funnel if you guys want to use a funnel builder. I recommend it. And now on that funnel bridge page, they're getting educated. They click the button. Now they go over to the video sales letter product for that high ticket product. That could be $1,000 or a 50% for 500 at an 80% commission. Okay. 80% commissions, guys. So you're not spinning backwards for that. I don't know what would get you guys to, but 80% massive and combining all products in. But anyway, that's what I wanted to mention there. And I have a few things that I want to cover there. Circle, check, just to align where I'm reading. And then I have something more behind me that I'm reading on my document that I put together that I spent some days making sure that I have for you guys. And yeah, I covered the trust, education creates conversions, conversions creates more education, and then now you have your offer document that's able to help you convert. And then how you follow up with someone, I have those DM scripts too, so you can follow up. So you don't have to think about what you have to say, or like, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, or what if I didn't say the right thing? I got you guys. Been doing this a long time, it works. Uh, so it's still growing. It's not gone. It's not come and gone again, like I said before. But AI is changing how you're discovered, how people are discovering content, and I think it's done a lot of good, but it's also done a lot of less good. It's almost break even in a way. It's almost at the margin of like rate of return being a low amount of profit, but still enough to get people buy and to buy into using AI. So if you use AI correctly, you could use it in many forms as like I have been doing a lot of, which is for removing certain sounds in the video. You can use it for helping you put together a budget, an Excel spreadsheet. You may have already known the numbers, some business math, and you just wanted to verify. Do it a lot just to verify because I have a lot of that already. Or it gives you something new in a different angle and you need something new. You can use it for putting together social media posts, just put them together in what you would say in your words, tweak it, customize it. You can put a prompt in and program it to know what you say and what kind of response you're going to get in return. There are many more ways you can use AI. And you see all this stuff being created now with posts on the front end level. You see it where the AI technology can be driving it to behind the scenes, but a lot of what you see as the end product is the front thing. And the front thing is you're getting a lot of these videos that extract your dopamine, take your endorphin, serotonin, oxytocin, and they do this. And they got you in their hands. And if you didn't know any better about emotional control and these four in the trifecta, if you don't develop that awareness, if you don't develop being an observer, if you're not developing your personal growth and development, self mastery, these are the kind of things, guys, that'll go right through you and you'll see it, but you won't be able to be prepared enough for it. And that's why it's always drawing you in and trying something new, going from one thing to the next, thinking that that next thing will work when it doesn't or doesn't work enough, or it does, but maybe it's not the right thing. So, understanding AI, that there's been a lot of mistrust because there's so much more now. There's a lot of this content creation that we don't know what, who, how, why, when to believe any of it. If anybody resonates with that, and I see it, especially on social media. It's one thing to find it on videos, maybe posts on blogs, and you can find out very easily if it's written by an AI now, because I've seen it a lot of like what does an AI prompt give someone, or it wasn't, and they completely changed things and made them things their own. And the way you can filter out through the AI and really coincide with someone is by their experience. So you can't take away someone's experience. or they're speaking to a case study of or somebody else's experience. So you can't take that away at the core. It's who you are. It's what makes your identity. So speaking to your story, your backstory is what makes the ultimate difference. And you making your connection with your person and your people. That's what makes the biggest difference. And you can't replace your experience. You can't just give that to someone else. May have had similar, but how you experienced it, what you went through, is not the same as someone else's. So that's what's always going to win. So in the digital creation, digital assets world of all this AI that you see, and a lot of interchanging polarities, and how people on the front end are discovering you, how you're discovering them, how you're seeing different offers. Are those offers legit? Do they have substance? Does the material you're seeing have substance? Those are things. So the affiliate space is only growing more. I remember so many years ago we were in the billions. Now we're approximately like 23, 24 billion upwards. By 2030, 2033, we should be over 30, I would suspect, because of the way that the trend line, and everything's been going and historically, and by the rate that it's been going up at, and some things that we've been discovering and seeing. So that's something to understand and know that affiliate marketing is only expanding. It's just what you do. And on my notes, I mentioned AI already, so I won't cover too much about that. There's just more that I can say about it, but the kind of output you get with AI, understand what your positioning is and how you're using AI and not overusing it and doing it incorrectly. So that's one subject. Uh, Economically and affordability, there's a lot of consumer sentiment right now in following the economics, the markets, trade policies, inflation, geopolitics. I'm gonna say another geopolitics. Geopolitics. uh, Different industries. Haven't seen many businesses because I'm in the funding finance space. I'm telling you this from experience. I know I'm not showing it, and I'm a better person who shows. If you see my other videos, you'll see me on screen. I feel more comfortable like that, so go view those if you haven't. And just looking at businesses' operations, having seen many in many industries, literally all of them, been doing it for years, helping them understand their numbers, cash flow, opportunities, customer acquisition costs, going through it thoroughly with them in businesses. Well, when it comes to consumers, yeah, businesses are affected by consumers and what they can pass because they don't want to lose out on so much to any to very little of their profit. They just have to find out where their supply and demand is and see where their profit multiplier and their profit maximizer is and where they can increase efficiency and see if that increases production. Doesn't always mean more efficiency means more production, which we have somewhat of a lack of because of certain things, immigration. I'm not going to get too much into economics, micro, macro so much right now and speak to each thing like the labor market, the housing crisis, the treasury, the government, the printing of money and what that does, increasing inflation, things that are more inflationary than others, and all the stuff that's going on in all of it. But I'm on top of it every day. And because of what I do and I help investors and in business and in my own things. So yeah, that's something you also get access to me. Uh, and if you guys didn't know this, I sometimes appear spontaneously on Instagram and I'll do a live on there. So if you guys ever want to see that I do something uh, just out of nowhere, I pop up on Instagram. And if you guys want to join, you guys are more than welcome to be on there. I might leave that down below in the description so you guys can join me there. Yeah, and that's if I do it's lives, even though I don't like doing them, but 13 plus years of business and marketing, you just kind of learn it. And you just put aside your difference, and it takes a lot of courage for me to do. Leonardo, how are you? Yeah. So I have my own business, my own businesses, and I'm an affiliate marketer. I am in the funding finance space as a business loan broker. Before I got into that, I was doing the affiliate stuff, digital marketing agency, lead generation business, had those in the beginning. At around the same time building my health affiliate business. Now I've been way over a decade now. And so I do things independently. I have multiple companies, entities, and my overall role, and I said earlier, is a business architect. So I create, structure, form, design businesses, fix, grow, expand, scale them. I review financials, look at data, measure it, and those kind of things. So I'm more of an introvert, but I sometimes will do a video to help you guys and understand how to start an online business, how to get your business funded. You have an alley for credit repair. I have a third party. I have a friend who I outsource my credit repair to. He's an expert. I don't have the time to do that like I did once before with software. Don't have the time for it anymore. And he stays up to date in that field. So all sorts, business credit, strategy, understanding how to deploy the funds, how to use it correctly, what's the right service, and plenty more. Private equity markets, and so forth. So, yeah. Now back to what I wanted to mention is I still see a raise of improvement in consumer spend right now, but you have to look at what markets are consumer spending the least, middle of the way, and the most. We've had a substitution crisis, uh, not speaking to just what outlets, retail outlets for something more wholesale, which wholesale has become expensive too. But places where there have been more consistent price drops in alternative goods and secondary private label groceries where the price is less. Not that it had to be dropped, but it's something that people are making more purchases. So if we're speaking to just the groceries, the energy crisis too, where we're finding a lot of issues, and in the CPI, uh, inflation not getting any better. It's crunching your spending. It's taking what you spend now and it's what's my alternative that I have to buy because I'm not going to buy the thing that I find at eye level or what I used to buy all the time. It's what am I going to get less of? Not necessarily get more of the alternative. It's just what am I going to get less of even the alternative or get equal to? But yeah, I see a lot of that. There's a lot of different things that I can get into with the consumer sentiment and affordability, consumers being squeezed, and household, financial side of things, whether someone has a business or doesn't, how many people are in the household, salary, wages, and other things not increasing so well. And so can't really cut interest rates in this hot seat of a labor market we're in, and that won't really do much to inflation when the job market has been so-so. Not the best, but it's been so-so and somewhat of an increase, just not wages have been keeping up with inflation. So there's a lot there that when you come to purchase something in the affiliate space, whether it's there or it's somewhere else, you're getting squeezed for it. So a lot of people and households are being squeezed, they're under pressure. I have investors, I have real estate developers, master builders. I have an assortment of people and what I've experienced too, and seeing that people are downsizing. People who are no longer taking 2,500 plus square foot, 2,300 square foot homes, two-story homes, single family homes. People are looking to downsize, townhomes. People who are newly purchasing a home are having a hard time newly purchasing. So you see more downsizing. You start seeing more per square foot, how much is somebody having to spend? 400 to 650, upwards of 1,000 plus in certain locations with certain material. So instead of having to build something new construction, people are having to deconstruct, move to a new location. It's much more affordable. They save more on costs and expenses overhead. There's just so much that not just in the affiliate space you're seeing, but you're also seeing it in other markets. So that's what I wanted to cover from that point of view, not to go too much into the household market. But price is are in some places same, but most of all is just been going up. So that's why in this kind of, I don't call it an intermediary economy, like because we're on a standstill till we get more and all these infraction points and checkpoints of inflation, interest rates, and so much more. But I see a lot of people, and even I have asked, is this worth it? Is buying this product worth it? Is getting into that opportunity now, excuse me, worth it? Should I invest my energy and time into that? Will this actually help me? Will this product that I buy help me? Just everyday, day-to-day needs, but let alone what we have to start off with on the business side. Can I trust this? Will this take me far? So those are questions that I'm not saying it's any equal to buying your groceries or your items day to day, what we need to survive. What I'm saying is those are questions that we should be closely resembling now financial literacy, cash flow on our personal and business side, income, revenue, debt, debt elimination, like I mentioned earlier in those strategies, taxes. What are taxes? That's the general question to ask. More of why do my taxes look this way every year? Why have I kept paying more back? And I could be doing this, or I could be doing write offs, or understanding my expenses closely, having the right structure, forming a nonprofit, C Corp. How about a 401k without a taxable distribution? Doing a new 401k plan, rollover for business startups, to start a newly established C Corp for a startup business. There's more to that, but I won't get too much into detail on the 401k right now. But just having overall stability, and stability comes from preparation. So you can't just expect to be stable today. You can't expect to have discipline at the highest right away, or any discipline, if you haven't practiced it, if you haven't noticed it, if you don't surround yourself around it. If you're not in the day of it, of learning what discipline is and taking action so you get discipline and getting that output, that's where we need to focus on. So by getting stability, stability comes from financial literacy, comes from cash flow, comes from understanding debt, understanding our positioning. And that in the affiliate marketing space with the high ticket and the ecosystem with the cash flow ecosystem that I give you guys is where it would be best to focus on. And preparing people for later, preparing those around us for more, instead of just get a course. It's just an affiliate marketing, and now we can promote the course, and now we are on the hamster wheel of showing that to the next person. Not saying that's always wrong. There's something you can use that would be helpful to someone, but something in financial literacy, even if it's in a course module setup, you get something out of that that you can use and share with somebody that has a problem and a pain point, like the retirement example I gave you guys, the debt elimination, even if you didn't have to do that yourself or go through it yourself, you at least understand it. You can be more relatable. And that's a problem people have. You don't have to market that product always as a whole. It's what their problem is, what questions they have, what roadblocks, what obstacles. So high ticket makes more sense when there is trust, there's validation, you have the value that is there. And like I said earlier, you don't have to have a funnel, a website. Sure, have those. If you want to do that, you can do that. I give you guys templates, marketing material to promote other products, put bridge pages. I'm going to show you guys. Been doing this a long time. I know what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is giving you guys the value that you would have wanted this whole time. But you perhaps went to someone else that you just didn't trust. I've been there. Understood. So it's not about saying, I want bigger commissions. When you come into the affiliate space, whether it's low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, residual, wherever you are, and you ask, how can I get bigger commissions? Or it's you're doing high ticket because you want bigger commissions. It's framing it as you want to give somebody yourself first, so then you can give somebody higher value. Doesn't mean that the lower price product or ticket means less value. About to say volume. I can say that, but more volume at lesser ticket products. Doesn't mean lesser value, but what is the perceived value in that individual you're sharing that product with? That's what you have to understand. So that person who sees a product that could be 1,000, 15,000, 10,000, 1,000, 5,000, 800, doesn't always mean that the product is valuable if it's higher priced, but you have to ask yourself, in what I'm getting, is the value worth more than the cost? Don't confuse cost with value. That's where most people get it wrong. Something more valuable to you is least valuable to me, or we're on the same page with that. or it just means something different to you. It's like we got the same product, but it means a whole lot different to you than it does to me. So you can't value the same thing as someone else values something. And that's what a lot of people in the affiliate space are being, I don't want to say the word taught, but they're going in that because they're lazy, because they just want to, here's nobody bought my product. I have a website, I put a link on, I sent people there. Hey, but I know the people, I sent them there. Sure you did, but did you follow up with them? Do you have your email marketing? Why don't you have email marketing when you should have? Why didn't you send them a message on Messenger again to follow up when it takes on average 7 to 11 times for somebody to say, yes, I want to buy this? Or they bought it right away because it's a different type of person that was ready and more than warmed up to, and a hot lead and a hot buyer for you. So it's about understanding higher value and higher perceived value. And by setting up your systems correctly along the way, is what's going to give that person that comes through you more perceived value. And like, hey, you got to be in a group to get this out of this, and here's what more you get out if you join here, or here's what happens if you get this document and how you use this document. Man, along the way, there's a lot of little things there that are going to really help you transform and help the person transform too at the same time. So low ticket works, like I said, but and was mentioning low ticket. Low ticket can work, but it just, you need more volume. You need to do more. Why not do less? 4 to 5 sales at a lower price point, 500 somebody picks up, or at 1,000 somebody picks up the product, and just need about 8 people instead of having 220, 230 people to buy one product. That's where low ticket is, where most people go to never do much or spend more money on ads and solo ads likely than the rate of return or any kind of profit or break even. So there's no great revenue marginal return, no cash flow marginal return. And that person then jumps to the next thing and they hear from the next person. This time it'll be my time. And it isn't. Or it is, but it's like not sustainable. That's the problem. This is a sustainable way to do it with the cash flow ecosystem and everything you guys are going to get access to, Google Drive and everything. So for those of you who joined too, in my group, I give you guys more access, and I'll try to leave my link down below. You guys can also reach out to me. I'll try to leave my email in the description and or in the comments, if not there, uh, description. So high value in high ticket. In some products it isn't. So choosing wisely your high ticket product, which I have for you guys, and I've been in other high ticket products, and I go no, and the value you're giving someone yourself, and second, the person with financial literacy that they need, investment strategies, a new vehicle, they're at this time in their life and they need this, and that's going to prepare them for more in building a business if they hadn't, and they want to learn more about the cash flow, learn more about being independent, taxes, structures, economics, markets, crypto, bond market, equities, investments of other sorts, the S&P 500, dividend stocks. How do those function on a weekly versus a monthly? Why you should be doing weekly more? What does that look like? When should you buy at the dip? Cost dollar averaging. You're waiting too long to go under. Don't buy at the top. It's barely going down. There's all these different things, and when it's the right time to purchase, it's dependent on each person's investment. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not advising that. Just uh, understanding in your education. So if I think about it, like I said before, the uh, examples of getting just a few people to get one product versus a high ticket one at 500, all you need is 4 buyers to get to 2,000. Do more, get to 3,000. So if your goal is to get to 3,000, all you need are 4 to 5, 4 to 6 plus buyers, 4 to 8 plus buyers to get to your goal, depending on the price point of the product, depending on the margin of the product, depending on uh, a few other things too. Contribution margin, expenses, profitability, sustainability, additional profit every month, and so forth. But same revenue when you speak of low ticket to mid ticket and high ticket, even putting in residual, but they're different models. So one takes more, can be more energy too, and another one is just less volume. And you would think that something's higher priced, that it means it would take more, and the person just wouldn't. It takes more effort for me. That's not the case. When you learn and you understand the scripts, you understand the relatability, you understand who you're giving the script to, the offer document, you're giving the help to, you're communicating with. So another thing that I want to get into, and we're going to try to go through these as quickly. Uh, Having a service-based business. Okay, why, Michael? Why don't I just continue or start the insurance brokerage, insurance agency, real estate agency, mortgage brokerage? Why don't I just stick as a business funding agent, as a business loan broker? So mostly focused and having been in the business funding space as a funding expert, there's more that it takes than you likely think. And if you know, okay. But what I said earlier is I'm not just a funding guy, not just the affiliate guy. I study business models. I've interacted with business owners in construction, manufacturing, the food service, salons, barber shops, hospitality of many sorts. That's not all of them. There's plenty more. And I've been on phones with business owners doing 200, 500,000, a million and over, and plus more than that a month, and a month, not just yearly. Those who are doing less than 200,000, less than 100,000 yearly, less than 10,000 a month, less than 2,000, less than 100 a month, just getting started. I'm telling you guys, there's a huge difference when you understand people's businesses and their operations, risk mitigation, preventative maintenance, management, cash flow management, which I've been doing for my own in my own businesses for a while, but understanding businesses and seeing them over and over and over and over. Transportation companies galore, what they need funding for. Well, this is not the time to get it because you need to do this for a short-term cash flow conversion cycle, for a cash conversion cycle too. So we got to look at different things and understand what we're doing. But when we don't understand business, we don't understand the business model side to things. That's where affiliates mess up. And that's where, in just in anything in general, people mess up because you're not educating yourself in it. You're not around it enough to spot the differences. So sometimes a lot of times it's too late when you're in something. So service-based businesses are not bad. Having had and have a funding brokerage, doing consulting, do things in my ways where I'm not on phones with clients all the time. Although I mentioned earlier I've been on phones with them, if and when it has to make sense, I give documents so they can get to see the qualifications, requirements, and all this stuff. They can get started from there. It's on the back end for review, or I ask for documents on the front end so I can review before I place them with my lender, third party, if it's a brokerage, depending on what's best for the client and their fundability details and all those kind of things. Credit, what they have, revenue, time in business, collateral, and what service makes most sense for what they need to use the funds for, and do they need to be out longer versus shorter. There's a lot of things I won't get into right now, but I have a lot of that I do in my day to day. So all of these can make money, and those that I mentioned earlier, like insurance, brokerage, and all this stuff, agencies, captive agencies versus non-captive. But what I see in all of the services, regardless of what I mentioned and didn't, there are many others, is you are oftentimes the one who's doing it all, which isn't an issue. As an affiliate, you're like, well, I wouldn't I be? Yeah, but when you're providing a service to someone, you're not really like on your own freedom. You're not, if that makes sense. You're not stepping farther and farther away from getting away from replacing yourself. And you may have people that you have to hire as employees, but you don't want employees. And that's the beauty of having an affiliate marketing business. You don't have to have these. I don't have telemarketers. I don't do that. I wouldn't want to do something that I wouldn't want to do is not what I want to put others to do just to make money. That's not the case. You got to look at yourself and do evaluation and understand that. Other times it makes sense too, but you got to understand that. Inventory, you don't need it. This huge overhead and expenses, you don't need it. It's very low cost to get into the affiliate marketing space. Owning your product so you can have the product so you can be able to share it with others. That's very important. But you're oftentimes doing the work. You're the one who is answering a sales call, and I'm not a salesperson. You're doing an outbound, inbound. Nobody likes to do cold call or cold email. I don't do cold call. I've done cold emails, but it just turns really nasty with sometimes the response. But very seldom has it happened to me. Um, very, very seldom, very rare. It's just your approach when you do and what you're communicating. So, but you're often the one doing that. You're often the one taking the calls, doing the work, translating the calls over, doing receptionary work, doing a lot of the front end work, uh, have very little time to understand the whole infrastructure, meaning the front end and the back end. Should always understand every part and try to do a little bit of everything if you can, or majority of something. Go from one thing to the next, build your skill set out. That's what true entrepreneurs do. True entrepreneur. So yeah, you have to understand that. So you're in ways you're chasing your freedom. Service-based businesses are like an entry point where you need cash, you need quick cash, or you thought it would be and it wasn't. So you're doing a lot of the grunt work to then get to a point where you can invest that, put that into dividend stocks, put that into the crypto market, put it into places that will hedge and have something of a reserve so you can retain those reserves over a longer time, not just build something and then extract from that reserve, but holdings. And understand that there are times to hold and times to sell, times to transfer out of something and transfer into something else. But yeah, you're always chasing that. You're chasing documents from clients, having to follow up, and not that following up is a bad thing because you'd see that in the affiliate space and in others, but it's about what your follow up is. So when you're following up with someone, you may not want to do that because it feels sleazy. It feels like unnatural. Feels like why do I thought they were ready and then they just disappeared for over a week. They reappeared or they never did. So when you already have to ask of yourself that you have to follow up with someone, it just almost defeats the whole purpose of what you want to do and why you're doing it. Uh, Objections, they're everywhere. Okay. You're going to be handling objections with the conversation and the DM script, and then also in like video sales letter pages, bridge pages that you guys get access to, all this stuff that I give you guys. And then the offer document, like I said, that's what's breaking down objections. That's what's handling objections, answering questions, roadblocks, going through things. And even before they got to the document, you had a simple conversation and a DM. Didn't say phone call unless you wanted to do and you wanted to have a scheduled appointment. There's can be funnels for that and things like that, but not asking of you to do that unless absolutely necessary. But yeah, you're dealing with clients who disappear. You're doing client work, and a lot of times you're restricted by if they don't take a policy, if they don't do an IUL, if they don't take the 20,000 that was offered to them, why did they change their mind? I had a feeling they would. I gotta start with a new one again, but they pay me a lot. They pay me 3%, 4%, 5%, and above on certain products. Sounds good, but you're chasing the money in the wrong way, in the most wrong way possible. Unless like you're in that situation where, yeah, I need some cash flow coming in, so let's do this. Let's partner with you, and or you have I connect you with who would be better or what to do. And now you're like, okay, now I got something flowing in. Now let's move this into buy a product for the affiliate marketing space. Or you didn't have to wait for that. You're in position to, I'd rather say, go into the affiliate space, look at the cash flow ecosystem. And yeah, a lot of client stalling. You try to build your own agency of client of recruits who will bring in clients to get funded, and then you see that doesn't work at the steady rate you thought it would have. You shouldn't be relying on them. Should not be relying on them at all. Uh, it's worked with me where some of my recruits every now and then they'll get a client funded. And if you're in that model and you can get a percentage off that, not everywhere does it work like that. I have different locations. Not everything that I do is that in the funding finance space, but it's on you and you should understand that. Instead of getting involved in something even like multi-level network marketing where you're only buying, purchasing into products just so a lot of times it can benefit your upline. And they're incentivized to help your people that you brought in because they get the most, they're in a higher level, then sure, they're going to feel more ecstatic to do it. But then it can feel very numbing to do a lot of that work. So you got to understand the different business models that are out there, not just in the affiliate space, network marketing, MLM, the attrition, been a part of them, and high ticket is still the way to go. So you have to look at where the market is moving. You don't have to always do a market cycle analysis and say, well, for every quarter or before every quarter, this is what I'm seeing. But what I do see is that people are not just buying into anything more random because, again, consumer sentiment, affordability, they're becoming more selective. That alternative uh, mention I gave you earlier, and if you didn't go back, there's so much more I can't say there, but I just didn't go too much into the topic. So much more on the different product substitutes. GDP and numbers, core inflation, PCE, but and what that all means and what you should be most prepared for. That's a whole nother topic. But they don't just want to buy into any random and let alone a product that is high priced. So they want a before they buy the product, most people are going to research what's my alternative, or I'm in here, it's convenient, I just dropped in, let me see what's on the shelf. They're going to look at it. They'll likely buy it because of the price point. They'll buy it because it's something that they need, and we see price elasticity, and there's price inelasticity out there. So their opportunity cost is getting that alternative product that they absolutely needed, or else they can't put food on their family's table. They can't do something of equal, or I don't want to say lesser because of the alternative, but of equal value. So it'll benefit you right away to get the alternative product. So, like in the space of affiliate marketing, if you haven't caught on, without me saying it directly, because I don't always speak directly, I'm a person who infers a lot. I can be direct with the person in the situation when it means to be, is the alternative is moving this way. We want more financial literacy. We want more wealth building tactics and tips. We don't want that course that we have to go learn just to how to do affiliate marketing and regurgitate that same course. And there have been companies in the past that have gone because AI has broken that model down of heavy capex, or not capex so much in real world assets, but they have concaved because the website designs were heavy, the speed, the things people are looking for, and the way that people are looking for things have changed. And so people just want to know, what can I be most prepared for now that when there's an upturn in the economy and in the markets, I'll know about things like financial literacy or more of it, that I need to keep expanding or changing my angle and my approach. And when I'm learning, what am I not? What can I get more of? What can I confirm? So they want a path out of this economy. So that's your entry point. And when the economy is up, this is still something they'll want access to and there, so they can continue to grow and harvest and be able to say, I can spot things that do and don't work for me. So I'm going to enter a new market now. I can, or continue in the existing market and just do more of what's already working for entering a new one. And understanding that and solving those needs of savings and making more. It could be saving more allows you to make more. Making more allows you to then put more and save more. Save on interest, save on rates when rates are what they are and they're taken away from. There's just so much going on. But yeah, you'll learn more about the financial literacy side of things, your cash flow, not just cash flow itself, but management, mitigation, preventative maintenance, cash flow leaks, and get a lot of things through me and access to affiliate products that are out there. And you'll be able to see in time if you haven't. If you're already a part of this, you will know and understand how great and amazing this is. To learn about additional income. They want a path to learn about not just being involved in doing it, but learning more about it. What does business growth look like? And most people don't understand that business growth translates into personal growth. And that's why I said personal growth and development, self mastery. It's what I've learned. When I first got started, my brain power went down so fast. I couldn't figure out why, because I was eating well, nutritiously. It could have had better, but it wasn't primarily due to that. It wasn't due to my efforts. It was that I wasn't so understanding of my focus levels, and a lot of it had to do with my subconscious. That when something didn't go the way I wanted, stayed calm. I'm a Libra. I'm very calm as a person, patient. Uh, I don't get disrupted or shaken easily. I understand people's behaviors and why they do things. And humans are hard. And this is why I'm better with numbers, mathematics, systems, processes. Not the most personable. That doesn't mean I'm not likable. Personable and likable, don't confuse them. It's just that people are hard, and there's a lot of self sabotage and self defeat. I see that a lot in the business funding space. And egos, obnoxiousness, ignorance, stubbornness, being naive. Not always with each one, each person, or one of those, or none of them, but it happens a lot. And so it's just being guided in the direction and understanding that that's what I was not able to sustain is when something went opposite or I didn't see the result yet. It's like, oh, well, delaying that and understanding that and not like, oh, this won't work and I won't do it again, or I'll do it differently tomorrow, which wasn't conducive and wasn't helpful. So it was just changing that approach, excuse me, that up here, that angle, when you flip that switch different, you'll think a lot different and your approach to what you do will be a lot different. And so they want to learn that. You want to learn business growth. Like I said, personal growth and development mixed in the mix with it. Mixed in the mix. Wealth building, what are those tactics, those strategies? Freedom, wealth, and growth. Those are the three subjects and people you should be surrounding yourself with in those conversations, not just business, but day to day. And it's much easier when you get involved with something. You start taking action, you start seeing it, even if it's not the result you wanted, but you start getting more plugged in. Instead of just saying, well, what kind of affiliate program can I join? You're asking, what's the path that's going to take me to fulfillment? And that path, meaning yourself, the systems, the governing principles in those systems, the processes within the systems, and just understanding the layers, layer one, layer two, like I was mentioning earlier too. So there's a lot more during research that people are spending most of their time on. And that's why at times you won't see somebody signing up to anything or buying into something, even at a low price point, because people are skeptical and the trust just isn't there like it once was. And yeah, you don't have AI to think when there's a lot of things that we don't know if we should trust that. Excuse me, people in the past you've been connected with or just seen from a distance that you're not sure of. But there's a larger push out now from discovery to warming up to something to saying yes to it, just to simply sign up for something. It's not buying into anything. It's like collecting a freebie so you can email market and you can build rapport even more and understand who they are and care and very much care and understand that person because it's more than business, it's the person. So there's a lot of things going out there in the influencer economy and there's growth. Um, and when you see a lot of like Gen Zs hanging out on social media and that being their main source, yeah, there's a whole new market for it. Facebook could be older, more or less in age. It varies. It just depends on what your niche is and the problem you're solving for that you align the product and products and or services for. So just be a trusted guide and I've always told people this is be an advisor, like play the advisory role, consultant advisory role. For example, in the funding space, when somebody needs their debt restructured, certain debt, they might need the same type funding that they're trying to get out of because they absolutely needed it. I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't or what you need to do, but if you have to do that, and that's almost like saying need, if you have to absolutely do it, and that's all I had to say, and I have to go more, but it's in the best interest of you and your business. It's the only thing you can do now, temporarily. That's for them to decide, and that makes sense. And oh, but we can then see this other service, or hey, we can start here, and then after we exit this program, or before we start the program, we can start over here, fund this service with this. You have a contract that you have to fulfill 500,000. That's a short term, or long term, you could say too, but it's one for 100,000. It's short term. We have a 2 year, 3 year contract. Okay, now we're going to start off with a deposit. We got to do a down payment. Then we're going to go over to this other service and we're going to get the rest of the funds. We'll be able to. So it's about being a strategist. That's one way, showing a path. But then second is strategizing for properly using the funds by understanding the numbers in their business. So be a trusted guide, be a trusted advisor, play the advisory role, be a helpful servant. And that'll go a long ways for you. And I'm sure you've done a lot of that already in your own life and or in business. So understanding that being more involved with understanding that individual is what's going to win. Not just simply spamming a link or not being a trusted guide and an advisor. And when you have something simple for someone to look at on the front end, uh, whether you were putting a piece of content up and they learned about you, or you had a story post, you had a how-to post, whatever that is, you're pre-framing them before they come into your front end system, and or that is part of your front end system. You're now putting content up, you're putting a post, you're putting a live, uh, you have a conversation or in the DM, or you're simply commenting on a video and you guys are having a conversation there, or WhatsApp, wherever it is. And I use WhatsApp mostly for investors these days. So it's just mostly my investor groups and different things that we connect on and different projects. But you have content, your post, your live, your different your mechanisms that you're putting on these channels of outreach. So people are coming to you or you're going to them in a different way. So then you're getting a conversation in, you're getting an opt-in. Uh, from a conversation, you get an opt-in. Doesn't have to be that. It could be direct to the VSL bridge page, or you're getting an opt-in from a video post. You reached out, sent them a link, or they clicked the link and they opted in, name and email for that freebie thing that they're going to get a high value. You're able to then follow up with them with email marketing. After the opt-in, you send them to a bridge page, video works well. Click the button here, and they go over to the page they want to buy that product or what they're signing up to or what they're supposed to do on that page once they're there. And you have their email coming back and forth, and you're bringing them and you're looping them back in. So you have that conversation part, and then you have an opt-in. You can combine the two, or you can separate them. The other part of that, so the flow, content to conversation, and or the opt-in, you have a simple document from the conversation you have. You can even share a document through email, but it's great when you do it through conversation. You have an offer document, and you can go through it with an overview as well. There are different layers to it, or it can be both combined. From there, you may have a bridge page again, like I said, before they go to the video sales letter, before they get to that page where they can ultimately look at more and then buy the product. So you can show them the VSL, the presentation. So during that time, you're following up. They're a buyer. You segment them into your buyers list through emails, or if you don't have your email marketing going for you, you know who your buyers are, and uh, those that are likely to see a different product, a higher level product, or the same thing. Add in more features to it, more benefits. Uh, get another repeat buyer, or if it's not a repeat buyer, that's not what your end goal is. But your retention rate tends to be higher too. People who have already bought something from you can likely buy something from you again. And so follow up, you don't have to have 20 funnels, 20 websites, 20,000 email marketing campaigns. I built so many of them. You don't have to have that many as you wanted to. Nothing complicated with AI or technology. You don't have to have computer experience or literacy. You don't have to be good, great, excellent with computers. And if you have a partner or someone else you're doing this with and they are or not, it's like you guys can learn together and do things at a level that it's still appealing, one, and two, it's still something that you're going to progress in, have progress in. So not endless rework, something you have to come back to and fix, rebuild, deconstruct, and then build, rebuild. Uh, build, I mean by build something else new or rebuild that same thing you deconstructed if you're able to, or however much of it. So add a lot of things that you need to do in your steps, and it can kind of be somebody drops off. So it's just what can I do to minimize my system so I can have a higher conversion, and it can mean simplifying your front end before they get to your middle and the back end of the system, unless they see the back end of your system first, and that's the result also of a product that they get to pick up. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys in this video, and going over just all the different parts of the affiliate marketing ecosystem and seeing where things are. And I do know, like I said earlier, going into the 2030s, 2023, 2033, and beyond, being above 30 billion, it's an ever growing, evergreen market. And if you're just looking for even less than 1%, like you see in others, like in the stock market, crypto, how much liquidity is available, is there a limit? Usually isn't a limit. how much of that went detected, hopefully detected instead of undetected with a bug, and just knowing that you can't always create more uh, supply, but you can control the demand, or you can do both, but or vice versa, one or the other, both together. But just understanding how to layer things in. And like I said before, just to recap, is you posting links, chasing the trends of everything out there, copying every script imaginable without having your own twist, without your own story, without your own angle, which you'll be shown to and learn how to market and those things. And just writing the virality, something that is not easily replicatable, or it is, but it's like you can't tell if it's going to be viral again. It's just not consistent. It's not stable. Not always going to give you a stable, or in the words are, it's just a spurt in your data. Like you cannot rely on because of a one-time event. That doesn't speak to everything else that's going right and wrong. And so you got to look at everything else and not just look at the smallest sample because you ran a campaign and now it's something that went viral doesn't mean it's going to stick. You test it over and over. Not saying you can't get virality again, but those are things that just come and go. You want consistent and stability, consistency and stability, and things that you can easily extract, move in and out of, returns and those kind of things. But doing things like high ticket, like yeah, focus on that. Let's put things into, then after that we go into like dividend stocks. You have bonds, you have Bitcoin, crypto market, depending on where things are and where thresholds are and what makes most sense for you, where you are now, where you've been, and those kind of things vary and they're different. But yeah, that is one side of it, of the coin. And then the other group that I would say to be in, like we're doing heads and tails, not saying which one's heads and which one's tails, just say this one we just said is heads. Now we want to land on the tails, and we get the smile or something just lights up like, yeah, we got it. Or we looked at it and thought, yeah, I knew I should have said tails. Or tails is my favorite, but I went against things just to see if I can ride my luck and get something better. But what's going to win for you is you build your ecosystems, build your education. Education is going to build trust. Layer in trust with your documents, your systems, front end, middle, back end, which I help you guys with, and understanding how to have positioning, not just with your systems, but within yourself. And what it comes down to is not having more websites, more funnels than you know what to do with. It's about having an offer. That's what it is. Is most affiliates want to build everything else? Great. How about your offer? What is it that you are solving? What's the product you're matching that problem and pain point to? And an offer is not meaning that the product that they're buying necessarily. It means if you get this product, that person who's buying like into retirement product, like a financial literacy one, or I have so much debt that I've accumulated, I need to get out of, or I need to lower it. Oh, I want to learn how to fix and flip. What can help me? And this is the highest way to help me. Okay. So now I'm giving them value along the way, product, but my offering to them is saying, here's a problem that they have. This product helps solve that problem. What other problem or problems will they have after buying the product? Got to think like that before they buy the product too. So that person is going to want an Excel data sheet. They're going to need a database to be able to track all their rental properties. They're going to need access to a cash flow financial management tool along the way. They're going to need this kind of service. They're going to need this kind of document that I can send them. So it's about understanding the offer of that individual. Retirement planning, they're going to need a scheduler. They're not doing the same activities they used to now that they're in retirement or pre-retirement. They're going to need an easier way to access information. They're going to need to be able to digest information much faster for certain reasons. that they're doing other things, getting into retirement for, but there's a lot of other things that I could add there. They need a financial advisor or somebody that they can connect with that'll communicate something for them that they needed. So there you go. And here's a playbook. Here's a checklist on what to do, what I've done. If you haven't done it, somebody else has. What's the case study or what is their experience like? And even without that, it's like here's a step by step. You made it easy for them so they didn't have to go look for all that information. And if it wasn't easily found, something that they can even get access to that's not even out there, well, there you go. You become even more of a luxury to someone than just regurgitating the same thing out there. But building a community, building an ecosystem again is the best thing you can do. And what people are moving to is community. And yeah, I have gone through everything I needed to that I put together in my own document. I hope that gives you what, even if you didn't think that's what you would have received, at my check mark with my other points. And just know that I have your best interest at heart. I'm here to help you. Uh, I'm a very introverted person, so if you're someone shy, I wouldn't say I'm shy like I used to be. I'm just more quiet. Although I've done this video for long, just know that in my usual self, business, personal life, I'm very I don't want to say closed off, but very guarded, very of my energy and time of being more starts with the letter R. Just forgot I said it before. Not restrictive, because I'm available. Just holding back sometimes more from giving because when you give somebody a little bit, they want to take everything. And that's just human behavior. When someone again doesn't work on personal growth and development, self-mastery and growth, I'm telling you as someone who's seen this, and I practice my habits, my routines every day. If I don't, it's like a muscle you have to keep doing or else you'll lose it. So it's just practicing the art of this and getting better and better and better and better and asking more of yourself. So there's so much more that I could have covered in this video. We went over plenty of things today. I had more things on my document and then more that I could have addressed right here, but I would be here much longer spending it. And in affiliate marketing in 2026 is still coming and going. It's still pedaling. Like when we were on those boats at the lake, when we had to use our feet to pedal. But it's just the path you're on. It's most affiliates are not on the right path, and this is why they don't win. This is why they don't get enough wins. They get something quick, and they think that's enough, or don't think it's enough. So that's all from me. Look down below in the description for more information and how to get started. I'll leave that down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please voice them for me, to me, excuse me. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Uh, please follow and please subscribe. I think that's how you, yeah, I forgot how to say it. I don't really say it often at all. Please subscribe, follow and subscribe, and click the bell notification icon so you do not miss any future content I'll be coming out with. That is all for today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you need to replay this, come back to, please do so. My group, everything I'll have in the description. If my group's not directly my link there, but there should be things in there that you'll get access to that I have, which I remember. But if I move things, I move them. So thank you and talk soon.